Isekai anime has exploded in popularity, with titles like ReZero, Mushoku Tensei, and That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime dominating discussions. However, beyond the mainstream hits, there are hidden gems that deserve recognition. Here are 12 underrated isekai anime that might just surprise you. Number 1. Working for God in a Godless World. At first glance, Kamikatsu seems like a disaster. Awkward CGI, chaotic storytelling, and bizarre humor. But beneath that lies a darkly hilarious, satirical isekai that rewards patient viewers. The story follows Yukito, who is reincarnated in a godless world, only to end up leading a struggling cult. The comedy is absurd, the plot twists are wild, and the show becomes more entertaining the further you dive into its madness. If you're looking for a different flavor of isekai, Kamikatsu is worth the challenge. Number 2. A Salad Bowl of Eccentrics. This reverse isekai flips the script by bringing fantasy characters to modern-day Japan. A princess named Sara escapes execution by teleporting to Tokyo, where she partners with a former cop turned private investigator. Meanwhile, her knight, Livia, ends up homeless before unexpectedly being worshipped as a deity. It shares vibes with Hinamatsuri, blending comedy and heartwarming character interactions. Though overshadowed by bigger titles in spring 2024, this series is a hidden gem. Number 3. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? Misato just wanted an average life in her next reincarnation. But average in a magical world means she's ridiculously overpowered. This lighthearted series pokes fun at classic isekai tropes while delivering solid comedy and adventure. While it deviates from its source material, the anime still offers plenty of fun for fans of female-led isekai adventures. Number 4. Outbreak Company. What if you were sent to another world? Not to fight monsters, but to spread otaku culture. That's the premise of Outbreak Company, where protagonist Shinichi must introduce anime and manga to a fantasy kingdom. The show humorously explores cultural exchange while embracing the absurdity of its setup. If you love meta humor and geeky references, this anime is a must-watch. Number 5. The 12 Kingdoms. For world-building enthusiasts, The 12 Kingdoms is an absolute treasure. Unlike many isekai, this anime meticulously develops its political and cultural landscape, creating an immersive experience. Protagonist Yuko is transported to a world of warring kingdoms, where she must learn to survive and embrace her destiny. While the animation may feel dated, the storytelling is timeless. Number 6. High school prodigies have it easy, even in another world. What happens when 7 ultra-talented high schoolers, each a genius in their field, end up in a medieval fantasy world? High School Prodigies answers that question with a mix of strategy, action, and over-the-top skills. It's power fantasy at its peak, but the execution is entertaining, and the characters' modern expertise offers a fresh take on the genre. Number 7. Brave Story. This mid-2000s isekai movie follows Wataru, a young boy who enters a mystical world to change his family's fate. While it doesn't reach the emotional heights of Spirited Away, its solid animation and heartfelt adventure make it a worthy watch. Due to its limited exposure, Brave Story remains one of the more overlooked isekai films. Number 8. El Hazard, The Magnificent World. An old-school OVA, El Hazard delivers a mix of adventure, comedy, and classic 90s animation. It follows Makoto and his rival Jinai, who are transported to a fantasy land where they become involved in a war. The humor, eccentric characters, and engaging world make it a standout from its era. Though harder to find today, it's a nostalgic treat for isekai fans. Number 9. Kakuryou Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. If you enjoy slice of life and supernatural elements in your isekai, Kakuryou is a perfect pick. Aoi, a young woman who can see spirits, is kidnapped by an ogre who claims she must marry him to repay her grandfather's debt. Instead of accepting, she starts working at his inn, gradually uncovering the Hidden Realm's mysteries. This anime blends food, romance, and mythology in a charming way. Number 10. Now and Then, Here and There. Unlike most isekai, Now and Then, Here and There is a harrowing experience. Shu, a normal boy, is transported to a desolate world where water is scarce and children are forced into brutal warfare. The story doesn't shy away from dark themes, making it one of the most emotionally intense isekai anime ever made. If you're looking for a serious and gripping story, this is it. Number 11. Ishura. Instead of focusing on a single hero, Ishura introduces a world where multiple overpowered warriors battle for dominance. The first few episodes introduce various protagonists, making the storytelling structure a bit confusing. But once the war begins, the anime delivers thrilling fights. While not perfect, Ishura offers a unique spin on the overpowered protagonist trope. Number 12. The Weakest Tamer began a journey to pick up trash. Despite its slow start, The weakest Tamer evolved into one of winter 2024's most heartwarming isekai. Ivy, a starless girl deemed worthless, runs away and learns to survive in a harsh world. Unlike the usual power fantasy isekai, this series focuses on resilience, found family, and quiet moments of growth. With beautiful animation and an emotional story, it's an isekai that deserves more recognition. The isekai genre is filled with more than just overpowered protagonists and generic fantasy worlds. These 12 underrated titles offer unique spins on the theme, whether through humor, deep world building, or unconventional storytelling. If you're tired of the usual isekai tropes, give these hidden gems a shot. You might just find your next favorite anime. Which of these have you watched? Do you have a favorite underrated isekai? Let us know in the comments.